Zinzino is now 20 years old, and the amazing part about that is that we spent 20 years fine-tuning this business. So it's really a very, very cool machine that can help you build a royalty income. We know some people who join Zinzino, they are crazy health nerds, biohackers, or whatever you are, and they go crazy with these products, and we love them, and it's amazing. And we even have some in South America who has 1,500 personal customers making a lot of money, and that's really good, helping a lot of people. But you can also do the leverage you can do with this business. And the leverage part is maybe a little bit difficult to understand if you just had a normal job your whole life. But the leverage part is actually you can start small affiliates or franchises in your business. And in that way, you can build a business like it's more fun to have 1% of 100 people's income that have 100% of your own. Because many times when you're independent, and you're just yourself, if you are a massage therapist and you break your arm, I mean, it's very difficult to make money, and you are very vulnerable to whatever happens in your life. With this way, you can have thousands of people helping bringing out the good products we have, selling products, and even if you have a bad day, you make money. And if you have, like I have, business in Asia and in America, you have already made money when you wake up, and you continue to make money when you go to sleep. So that's what is the big opportunity with Zinzino. And can you see the next slide here? Yeah, okay. Sometimes it doesn't change slide, but that's good. And it's like a royalty income. I have dyslexia, so I mean I will never make a Harry Potter. I haven't invented a small thing I can sell to all the Chinese once a year. I mean, that will be amazing for my royalty. I'm not, you don't want to hear me sing. So I will probably, maybe with AI, I can get a good voice. I don't know. But until now, I have not been able to do my mega hit that could just pay me like last Christmas, that just could pay me forever in royalty, and I could live out from that. So this is why I'm so excited about this concept, because it's so simple that everybody can plug and play. And if you can, I mean, we normally joke that we don't teach anything an 8-year-old cannot do, and that's actually to keep it as simple so everybody can do it. Even if you just turned 18 or if you are 85, I mean, you can build this business, which is really exciting. And the main focus is about health and the health in the world. We have never known more about health right now, and actually it just went down the drain, and it's just getting worse and worse, and people are more unhealthy than ever, which is very strange since we know so much about it and have so much knowledge about it. So this is about bringing you back to nature. Everything from Zinzino is all natural. And today, if you go to a supermarket, everything is processed, everything is made up, and you don't really want to have what you're eating. And the main focus we work on is the balance between the fatty acids. Maybe you have heard about inflammation. Inflammation is something you should not have. If you break something, it's good for a short period of for a short while to repair it, but it's not something you should have a chronic thing all the time. So your DNA is programmed between omega-6 and omega-3, 1-to-1. And that was very good 100 years ago. But back in the 60s, we started having a lot of malls and processed food and so on. And then it just gotten worse and worse. And today in Europe, the average person is running around with a balance 15-to-1. So that means you have 15 putting on the fire and 1 firefighter, and you can imagine that person is extremely stressed. We believe that number in the future will be 25-to-1, and right now in US it's already 25-to-1. So this is just something that will happen, and it's not really good because it's the catalyzer for almost any kind of diseases. So you want to have balance in your body, and that we have. and and it actually affects all the functions in your body. You can see some of them here. I don't want to read them loud. But why is this so important? It's most of the fat is stored in your cell membrane, and that's when you're out of balance, that becomes very stiff. So that means you can't really get in the nutrition and you can't get rid of the garbage. So if your cells is not working, it's not rocket science. It's not really good for your health. And that part we can help you with to get that in balance. And so you can get up in 3 to 1 or better. That's what the science recommends. And there is so many people who recommend this. If you look on inflammation online, you'll find 200,000 hits. So you can find that everywhere, that this is a very, very good thing to take control over. And we believe, except from oxygen and water, it's probably the most important thing you can do for your health. So what's cool, because there is so many nutrition companies out there, and we call it the guest-based nutrition, because most of them is like, is it good? You know, I'm drinking my green tea, and is it good? I have no idea. It's not the best taste, but I drink it anyway, any day, every day anyway. So we have all those kind of habits we are doing all the time, and we really don't know if it works. And that's the cool part about our concept, is we have a specific balance test where we can see exactly where you are, because 90% of the people are only up in the head. They have no feelings down here. They have no idea what's going on. And what we work with is also your bloodstream and everything, and we don't have measurement in, or we can have no feelings in those places. So we don't really know how we are in there, and that's why it's so cool that we black and white, we can show you on paper, where are you, how are your numbers, and how does your food look that you eat today. And for most people, it doesn't really look very good, and we can show you exactly where you are. And then we also have the thing to help you. And it's an external lab who do all the tests. They are very recognized around the world. They also do for medicine companies and police when they do blood tests and so on. So it's a very famous external lab. It's in Norway. And today we have done more than 1.5 million tests. And the scary part is that 97% of the people we test is out of balance. And of course, that's a disaster, but it's also an extremely good business opportunity, because here we can go out and help a lot of people. And at the same time, it's no secret, we also want to make a good business so everybody can gain from this. So you get the test on your app, and you get also a report you can download where you can learn a lot of stuff. If you're one of those lucky people out there that should be in balance, we actually have a money back guarantee. I only, and since 2012, when we bought Bioactive Food, who invented this concept, I only know about 3 people getting the money back, and actually all of them didn't want to have the money back because they still want to have the product. And that's many times how it is. The people who is most interested about health, that's actually also the customers that want to use our products, because they understand health, they know that it's important, and they have no worries about investing a little bit in themselves. It's like a joke how people always bring their car to service, even though it doesn't make any noises, drive in a strange way. They just bring it to service because the service says go to service. But when it comes to yourself, it's like we don't have the same discipline, and we don't want to spend that kind of money on ourselves, which is really stupid, because you can always get a new car. My first result in 2012 was 8.5 to 1. We lived on a small island. There was no junk food. We had a lady coming serving the most delicious ecological food, and I actually bought a 3 times more expensive omega-3 from a competitor. I don't want to mention any names. So I really spent money on getting omega-3, and I really tried to eat fish, and I actually got very, very nice food. And even though I was not in balance, I was not as worse as 15 to 1, but 18.5 to 1 is not good enough. So I really needed this product. In 120 days, we changed out the red blood cells, and that's what it takes to measure if you are in balance in the blood. And then, of course, your whole body with the skin and everything, some things can take up to 7 years. before everything is changed. But we need a chance. I mean, you spend your whole life getting out of balance, so we also need a little bit of time to get you back in balance. But the skin normally takes up, if you have a very issues with your skin, it's maybe up to 1 year before you really start to see good results. We have the best science and doctors, and what I really love about our product is, I mean, I know companies who have product that has been the same for 50 years, more or less. Zinzino is more like a phone, whatever you have. We are upgrading all the time. So right now it's the 5th generation we have of our product, which I'm really proud of, that we constantly improve and make it better. When we get more knowledge, have more tests, more surveys, and we can really investigate how our product works on our customers. So I never call our product omega-3 because you will see very soon on the next slide, omega-3 seldom work very well, and 40% of our product is not omega-3, so I call it a balanced product. And this is basically fat fish without the poison. So here you can see why I don't want to call it omega-3, because the other competitors doesn't really work. You need 30 hours to obtain it into your body. Krill oil only lasts 5 hours. Normal omega-3, if they are not already rotten or oxidated, they last 9 hours. Cod liver oil lasts 15 hours. Zinzino lasts more than you need, so you can obtain it all. And we also measure to your body weight, which means that you get the doses you need. Many of the other products just write 1 to 2 capsules. It doesn't really matter if you are 50 kilo or 150 kilo, it just says 1 to 2. So this is really something that works, and we can even prove it. So here is the main product, orange lemon mint, and we have different kind of taste. One of my kids is using Tutti Frutti, and others have different kind of flavors, and that's totally okay, which one you like. We also have this premium one, which is really, really cool. And when I'm travel, I just had a trip to Denmark. I always bring this capsules, so it's easy to travel with. We also have a water-soluble version. If you're scared of oil, it just disappeared and tastes amazing. Then we have for all the vegans, so they also can get into balance. It's actually not funny, but it's actually a little sad. All the vegans have an average balance of 20 to 1. So they are even worse out of balance, and they even more need what we have, because everything they eat every day is vegetable, which is omega-6. So they for sure need some balanced oil, and we get amazing result with that group also. Here is some of the stamps we can be extremely proud about. Inform Sport, make sure that all the sports people we have using the products, they can take it safe and not being scared of doping or anything. And that's amazing. So this is a product you need from you're not breastfeeded anymore until you're not here anymore, because it basically compensates for what you buy in the supermarket. So it's a extremely important thing all the way through. And we have a Danish medicine company called Novo Nordisk. They actually gave a prize to a scientist that found out that giving pregnant omega-3 reduced asthma and allergy with 50% on the newborn baby. And they didn't even give them Zinzino omega-3. So I could be very curious how that study would end out if they got the Zinzino product, balanced product. So here are some of the legal things we're allowed to say for EFSA. It's like a healthcare or nutrition police in Europe. And they say you're allowed to say normal brain function, normal heart, normal immune system, blood pressure, and a lot of other things. So this is really something that helps a lot. I had a customer the other day that asked me that some of my friends telling me, because I have some medicine for my blood pressure, that I'm not allowed to use Zinzino. And then I asked him back, it's always good to do it together with your doctor, so maybe you can actually get rid of your medicine. If your doctor is open-minded, then it's actually, we have many stories of that. But it's like your friends telling you you're not allowed to eat fish. The problem is if you're eating fat fish every day is the poison. So, and most people don't eat that much fish anymore. So that's why, and actually the ocean has reached the limit, so we cannot pull up any more fish. So as this people getting aware of this and it becomes a bigger and bigger trend, we need to find other options. And actually, Zinzino have one of those options, and I don't want to go into that today, but we will be the market leader in this area. So my second test, 2.3 to 1. Number one thing for me was my knee that has been hurting since school. I was many times out of exercises, mostly because my knee, but also a little bit because I like I like to do something else. But now I can run and swim and CrossFit and yoga, and I can do everything, and I have no issues at all with my knee. I'm also skiing here. I live in Switzerland, so it's very easy, half an hour away. I have the best ski places. So except from the omega-3, we just launched this gut health test, which is extremely cool unless you want to poo in your hand and send it to a lab. Now you have a test, the first in the world, where you can do it with a blood spot. So it's really, we have worked 7 years on this project, so we are the first mover, and we will be first mover of so many things in the future. And this is just one of the new launches we have, because guts is really something that a lot of people are having problems with. I mean, my daughter, she is soon, this next month, she's 25, and she tells me that all of her friends have stomach problems. So it's like it's a huge thing how many who's having problems with the stomach. And the stomach is, I mean, it's like immune system. It's the big machine. And one of the products we have for the stomach, it's what we call Xenobiotic. It's a probiotic. No, sorry, prebiotic. You probably know probiotic. Prebiotic is actually much smarter because it feeds all the all the good bacteria you have in your stomach, and every day you get more and more of the good bacteria, and that way you push away the bad bacteria. So it's really amazing product. Very, very seldom we have some people who cannot obtain the balanced product, and then we stop them on the balanced product and we put them on this Xenobiotic for 2 weeks, and then they can start up the balanced product again, and actually they can obtain it in the stomach. So it's a really, really powerful blend we have here. So we have normal vitamins. There is ginseng, green tea, a lot of things. You actually need, if you go to a healthcare store, you need up to 25 products to get what's in this one. The magic about X10 is that everything is talking together, or everything is natural, and it's a really powerful blend. And you can make sure that you get all the nutrition you need just in one tablet, which is really amazing. So this is a kit we start all new serious customers up with. It's called Health Protocol Kit, including these 3 products, and you can even pimp it with a product called Viva. I will tell a little bit about that. It helps on your sleep, stress, and mood. So maybe you have a grumpy man at home or grumpy wife, then sneak this in the coffee or whatever. It's 100% natural. When our doctor launched it, he took a whole package with a glass of water just to show it's no danger. You cannot overdose it or anything. It's made out of saffron that's been used for thousands of years. And we even have evidence on this one, like you have on medicine. So we can actually black on white on paper, we can show you this works. There's no doubt about it. And the cool thing about this, because balance takes some time to see results and get into balance, it takes 4 months before we take the second test. This product, you can, the first or second day, you can know if it works, and it's very easy to cut out a few samples to a potential customer. So they only buy it if they feel something and get a good result. So it's really, 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 really a cool product. Normally you can have 2 tablets a day, half an hour before you go to sleep. Close down the light from computer and phone and stuff like that, and then you have a sleep like a baby. And then some people need to take more. Maybe in the beginning you can go up to 8 a day. That's totally okay. but you will find out yourself how many you need. But you will also look at your Apple Watch or whatever you have, that you actually get a deeper sleep, which is really, really cool to measure. We also have a lot of other cool products in the portfolio, and we just launched the Collagen Boost, which is the best blend in the world, and we just see after 10 days crazy results. Then we have the Psycho-Psy, which is a product I use every day I go out exercising, because I can also measure on my iWatch that I actually get more oxygen in my blood, which is very good when you want some more energy, and especially when you go to CrossFit.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have that much more energy from a product you can just take half an hour before. It's very simple, very powerful. And there is some other extreme exciting products that I can go into another day, but it will not be today. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pro sport athletes that use our product. We have some of, I will not mention any names, but we even have the best football clubs, and they even pay for their own products. We don't sponsor them, we don't pay anything. They pay for their own product, and they love it because they can feel that they are less sick, they get more energy, they restitute much quicker, and so on. So it's really something all athletes in the world need to have. So what's cool about Zinzino is that we are listed on the stock market. That means every month you know exactly the growth from the months before. You can go in tomorrow when the stock exchange open and buy a few shares. I will recommend everybody just to buy one share, so you can say that you are owner of Zinzino. Started back in 2005. We have headquarters in Göteborg, working now in 100 countries. We have grown more than 30% for 20 years in a row. We have never had a negative growth. We have paid out dividends for 11 years, and we have stock paid for 6 to 8 months. We just bought a company, so in 10 years we can be #1 producer of omega-3 algae oil, which is amazing. And we just bought 7 companies this year, 5 companies last year, and the year is not even over. So we are really on a high roll with more than 50% growth this year, and it's really, really, really exciting. So we can be proud about it. It's 100% transparent. We just recently opened China, South Korea, we're opening now, New Zealand, and so many cool places around the world. And it's so exciting no matter where we travel. Zinzino is there, and people are working with our business and getting the opportunity, which is really, really amazing. There is about 300 people working at the headquarters and satellite offices around the world. And I had this pleasure after the event in Norway, that I had 3 days with the sales directors from all around the world. And first I thought, okay, now I have to go back to school, and it will be some long days sitting there for 3 extra days. I just had 4 days at the event. So, I mean, I was already pumped up and been on the bench. But being together with the sales force for 3 days, it was an amazing experience for me, because the way they had fun together, and the synergy and the respect. And I mean, I thought a Zinzino event was exciting, but the sales directors event, it was like they even had more energy than the Zinzino partners with 4,500 people. So it was really, really impressive to see our business. I know many of you have shares, to see our business also from the inside, how well it's like a smooth machine. It's like, it's crazy how good energy there is, and I'm so proud of being a part of this business. With every trend, it's always difficult in the beginning. So if you're a lazy person, I will recommend you to wait until 2035, because then the trend is really booming. If you want to be very rich, I want you to go through the hard part right now together with us, because then you can have 5% of your own country. Maybe you can have 20% of your own country. You can have 3% of Asia, or you can have 5% of America, and you can have a lot of percentages from your team in different countries. And then when everything goes crazy, you keep those percentages. And that's what's called legacy money. And that's where you really, really have money coming in day after day after day after day, no matter whatever you're doing, if you're out skiing, out flying, out surfing, or whatever you like to do. So right now, 500 million people use omega-3. 1 billion use some kind of supplement, 1.5 billion use some kind of special diet. The most crazy thing is that 97% of those people are buying snake oil. What they pay for doesn't really work. So many times when we get a new customer, it's not really about selling them anything, because they just have to put the money in the Zinzino bank instead of whatever product they use, because we can prove whatever they have, it doesn't really work. So it's very, very easy when you get the customer who already understand omega-3. And right now, there's 500 million you can take all the ones you can find, because they want to use money where it works and not because they think it works. And sadly, it doesn't really work that well. So the partner business deal is it's really about what you want. And I know I said a little bit about what I think is funny, but for most people, it's extremely different, and that's totally okay. And that's so cool. We can all work together in the same business and all have so many different kind of dreams, and we can still work together as one team. And here you can work with people. Maybe you are a doctor. You can find people. There's in your friends, best friend who's a firefighter, or who's a nurse, who is a mechanic, whatever. And here we have a project on the side for most people in the beginning, that where we can all work together, and it's so cool. And we have parents working with the kids and kids working with the parents, and it's really, really, really cool that we can work. There's no category. You don't have to be an engineer or something like that. So people are looking for more, or I think maybe not more, but maybe more quality. Because I even know people who make a lot of money, and I always joke with them, because I tell them, you want the rat race, you make a lot of money, but you still live like a rat. I mean, they work 60, 70 hours every week. And if they go for vacation, sometimes they need to bring a satellite phone so they can get back home as soon as possible if something is wrong. So they don't really have the freedom. And that's what we can support you with in Zinzino, both the money and the freedom. And that's very, very few places in the world you can have that. So some want to have more time with me. I want to see my daughter back in 2000, because I only saw in the weekend because of the workload I had. Some want to travel. I like travel. Some want to support somebody. Maybe you have a mom that need a car. Maybe they need a better house. Maybe you have some kids you want to put into school. I mean, I don't know what you need, what you dream about, but if you could just tell exactly what you needed, and now you had the tool to do it, I mean, couldn't that be interesting for you? So the business is extremely simple. We have a kit. We need some products. You need to test your first customers. The normal pack, you have 10 tests, so you can test the first 10 customers. And then actually, when you plug the customer into the system, you get the test back from Zinzino. So it's basically some product you use for circling. And it's like a shoe shop. I mean, if you open a shoe shop with one pair of shoes, it's a little bit uphill. You need a little bit more to work with. There is some other kits. Some places in Denmark, they buy 3 of the normal kit, because they want to have 30 tests from the beginning. If you think it's easier for you just with one kit to start with, that's also totally okay. There's a very cool promotion on the normal kit, and that is, if you have 25 customer points the first year, you actually get a credit note and get your money back. And 25 customer points, it could be 5 families having 5 products. So it's actually pretty easy game. So then we have an auto order, cost a little bit of money. First month, do your first 4 customer points. It's for free. Every 4th month, you even get a free test. If you then go up to 10 customer points the next month, then it's free forever. You only pay for the freight, which is extremely cheap. And you also have access to a Go Core app, education, product every month. Every 4th month, you get the test for free on top of it, and you are active in the business. So we want our partners to make money and not spend money. So 50% of all the turnover goes to the people who do the work, and that's amazing. That's you and me. And instead of having a shop where you have expenses on the rent, you have employees you have to pay for the stock, you have to have advertising in the newspaper, you have to spend so much money to run a shop and deliver the product, and the only person to pay for it is the customer. Here we take 50% of everything, and instead of, we can make better quality product, and we can even give a better service. I have always minimum 25 customers, and I can just call them every day. They would be very tired of me if I did it. But I mean, I can give those 25 customers the best customer service ever. And we have so few products. If you go to a Danish healthcare shop, they maybe have 10,000 products. So they know nothing about what they're selling. We know a lot about a few products, so we can really help and support and guide the customers, analyze the test and all that stuff. So we have the most happy customers with the best product. If we had our product in the shop, it would at least cost double the price, which will be very stupid with no service. So this product needs to be delivered directly like we do in Zinzino. So some people, as I said, go crazy with customers, and there's a lot of money to be made, and that's nice. You can even go to Bali if you make 200 customer points. That's the next director trip we have in Zinzino. And you can have up to 30% on the first order, which is very nice in a cash bonus. And then we have those people who also want to leverage. So you want to educate and train and duplicate yourself and have a team that is constantly growing. And that's, you can see this in this royalty curve where you actually put in your effort a little bit or more and more and more over time. And then your income can explode, and that's amazing. And that's the duplication part. And that's what I'm really excited about also about this business. We have a fast start plan. It's so simple. First month, have your first 4 customer points. It can just be one customer buying 4 products. Extremely easy. Have the meetings. If you don't have any meetings, it's very difficult. If you have the meetings, it's extremely easy. Normally we say out of 2 meetings, you have 1 customer. That's the statistic you want to have. So have 2 meetings, 3 meetings, 4 meetings, worst case, 8 meetings. If you only make 1 product per customer, then you're home safe with the first month and the first goal you need to obtain. And then you stick to the plan you want to duplicate to your new partners and be a good example. Next step is to get your first 2 new partners. Having those two new partners enrolled is very important for you, because now you also have to educate. First, you have to learn it yourself, and then you have to teach. And that's when you really learn it, when you also have to teach your new people how to do it. So then you teach them how to make the new partners, and suddenly you have 6 partners in the team. And then the last month out of the 120 days, you want to go to 10 customer points. If you're not already did it the first month, that's also okay. So this can be a 4-month plan. That's the slowest thing. You can also do it in 4 hours or 4 days. That's also fine. The quicker you make it, the more money you can make out of it. But if you stretch it all the way to the end of the 4 months, you will in total have a commission of 2,500 euros, which is amazing for starting up a business. Normally, when you start up a business, you work for free the first 3 years, and you put everything on. You maybe take a big loan in your apartment or a house and sell your 1 car and so on to put everything in. Here you can put in a little bit and then make money the first month, and you even after 1 year with the 25 customer point get your credit note, and you started up for free and got a lot of product and a lot of value, made some money. What's not to like? And then you are now title-wise in Zinzino what we call a silver. So this is what you want to duplicate. You want to be a silver machine. So if you help 4 people becoming silver, now I did something here, 4 people becoming silver, then you are what we call executive with a phone bonus with 900 euros per month. For most people, 900 euros extra is amazing, and especially also if you invest some of it. It can be a lot of money in the future. If you pay off your mortgage, it could take 10 years of your mortgage in the end. If you help 4 people become executive, now you're a diamond with the bonus car and minimum 4,000 euros per month. That's when I went full-time after half a year. And if you help 4 people getting the car, then you have crown with 12,000 euros a month. And here you can see all the different income levels. So the money that is shown here is from. So when diamonds is 4,000 euros, when you're active diamond, you make from 4,000 euros, but you can make much more as a diamond, of course. And I think the highest level now is a 5-star global president, so it's not even on this sheet. But you get the point, and I think for most people, 110,000 euros a month, you can probably survive. And if not, the compensation plan continues, so no worry. But don't. I mean, for most people, 1,000 euros or 2,000 euros make the biggest difference right now, and that's what we need to know. So I went the wrong way here. So here are we now. This year, beginning of next year, we will pass 1 million customers. It's a very big milestone we have worked on for so many years. And the next big hairy goal is 20 million customers in 2035. And the biggest goal we have is 100 million customers in 2050. And you can see, I mean, the market right now, it's probably 8 billion people who need to get into balance. And we just want small 100 million, and we are very happy, and we built an extremely big business. And maybe the goal end up being much bigger than this. But right now we have kept our promises since we started in 2005, where nobody believed in us. And now we are kicking ass with more than 50% growth here on our 20th year. It's pretty amazing, and we have no intention of stopping up. So it's a perfect timing for you to start joining us and building your own dream together with us. We have some very, very good conditions for our partners and our customers, and that makes sure that the partners are here for forever and the customers are here right now. The average is 18 months, which is crazy. The company I worked with before, I was lucky to have a customer 1 or 2 months. So having a customer for 18 months, that's crazy, because then I can spend time also building the team and so on, because the customer, you just check off one of the first 1 or 2 months, and then you can focus on building the team. It's what you want. Some people continue going crazy with customers, and that's also totally okay if it's more for you. So let's shape the future of test-based nutrition and inspire change in life.